said. Lordship continues, we don't have anything. The other aspect is touching the selection process. Contemplating to pass any of the order touching the selection process, kindly hear, sir.
Applications were filed by some of the applicants. Selection has been terminated by the board.
We are not there.
Why are
But
you
I have challenged that.
without knowing what is there?
But my lord, well, Lordship is taking up the writ petition, so therefore that is the apprehension.
The writ petition, we are still in the application stage.
If your Lordship is not contemplating to pass an order for publication of panel, we will not open our mouth.
Why? How they are?
After I finish up with the application.
Yes, after that, yes.
So you all start thinking as to what the court is going to
No,
do without
problem
even
is-
knowing what
problem
they,
is
you
that
all
we
are
have-
not there.
we have lost our job once without hearing us. This unprecedented order was passed.
Whatever.
30,000 persons. So that is the apprehension. Comes to the advocates from the clients, my lord. They are so apprehensive as of today that anything relating to selection process, they are very apprehensive.
Genuine
It's
candidates,
9
nothing
and
will
10. 9 and 10
Genuine
who
candidates
there?
are not there
Why
before
are-
the court.
Why are they?
I will
so
show. I will
But,
show what genuine candidates.
What is their apprehension?
Well, I am there, my lord. Kali, don't allow me to open the video. Kali, allow me to stop it. I'm not in
I
a
can
position
see
to
you
show.
already.
I am closing it. Kali, hear me only. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
returning from
you
Jalpaiguri.
you have been heard already and the order is ready and I'm going to deliver it
Oh,
just now.
then I have no problem, my lord. If you want any assistance, my lord, I'm here.
Yes. Very much assistance you have given me on the last occasion and I have heard everything, recorded everything and dismissed both your petitions. Your applications.
Grateful, man.
As
Then,
well as
then I think I've given a proper assistance to my lord.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Now give me the other application. What is there?
Can 11 is, I have solved, my lord. It can be
Can
taken.
Can 11.
Yes.
Has been solved, my lord.
Prior to taking up any further cans, let me see the earlier orders, please. You are aggrieved by the direction for publication of result.
I am aggrieved because of the fact that the petition is being entertained vis-a-vis this selection process. My humble submission before your lordship is that the petitioners do not have any locus standi to say anything with regard to selection process touching our appointments. First,
Touching your appointment.
yes, there is a prayer for CBI. I am not opposing anything with regard to that. We are not at all concerned. We are concerned with regard to our appointments. The petitioners do not have any standing,
My lord, by your
and
lordship-
before any orders are passed, my humble submission would be we would be necessary parties in.
An issue as to whether the selection was made properly or not.
That, my lord's issue is also being considered by the division bench. Same issue, same prayers.
Maybe, but there is a matter before here also,
Yes,
and the court has every right to look into all these
yes,
things and
yes,
get the party,
yes. Not standing on the way.
right?
But before looking, this lordship kindly, whatever is falling from your lordship,
So-
yeah, yes, so that I can know
the
what is.
board is the authority to publish the panel, and you say that it is not required.
It is not required because as of today the panel doesn't exist.
It existed at some point of time.
It has expired. Even the
It
court,
existed in some point of time.
yes,
Let me see the
but
panel.
the court,
See the panel whether it at all
I
existed
will-
or not.
I will,
My
my
lord,
lord, side
kindly-
judge, please.
You do not know what the matter is about. You were not there in the matter from the beginning.
I have gone through the, my lord, writ petition because
you
we have
remain
never
with the
been,
writ
never
petition.
been served.
Please remain with the writ petition. I
My
want
lord-
to see the panel. Please give the
My
panel.
lord, may I place, my lord, the relevant parts of the writ
Oh,
petition?
sorry, I'm not
Lordship
hearing you.
dismissed.
My lord,
Lordship
kindly call
passes
for
any order.
I want to see
Affidavit.
the panel.
Kindly
It
see
existed
the
at one point of
affidavit
time.
filed by them.
My lord, my
It
humble,
existed at one point of time. It was the panel according to which you have been given appointment.
yes.
I want to see the panel. It cannot sublime. The
But
panel
my humble
must be there.
submission would be lordship can always see the panel.
I will see the
But
panel.
it has to be, it cannot be
will
published
see.
in view of the fact that as of today the panel doesn't exist.
The existence of panel does
You
not
are
prohibit its
going
publication.
a step beyond. That is not the issue
There
before
has
the
to be a
court.
finality, something, somewhere.
Exactly. There has to be a finality and it will be done. Please show me the panel.
Well, I will before passing any of the application and the writ petition, lordship can cease.
I want to see the panel. Why are you standing in the way? The moment you stand, the presumption
Okay,
is that
presumption. I understand.
no
I
panel.
understand. I understand. Lordship sees it is not there. Yes.
Your clients are already there in service. Do
As
not
of today.
jeopardize their service by opening your mouth too wide. Let me see where the panel is.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
Panel
get
is
it?
panel must be with the board.
Yes, this is
Yes.
what I want to see. Be happy with the panel. Your name is
Yes.
there. Why should
At
you be
whose
bothered?
instance Lordship is
They are
giving?
so brilliant.
At whose instance Lordship? This is the adversarial litigation Lordship is
They are
taking up.
so brilliant.
They
They
don't
have
have any,
qualified.
they
Why
don't
are
have
they
any
afraid?
resistance, all unsuccessful
And they have the
candidates.
local standing.
Unsuccessful candidates coming and saying,
You are
My lord,
unsuccessful. We are
we
not
have been in
unsuccessful.
the practice for some time.
Mr. Lahiri,
The
where is the panel?
Panel is the board. Well, today is not the date for production of the panel.
All right.
That's
Yes.
myself. Look, your lordship passed on order that publication of panel
Yes.
and first publication of panel and the production. The publication so far is
Board
concerned.
being the recognized not statutory obliged to publish the
doesn't require publication.
Where is the panel supposed to be? And it will be never made public.
But I tell you, lordship, yes, certificate of law.
Yes.
rules
So the statute and the authority are governed and not by the permission service. Statute do not require any publication of the panel.
What is the panel meant for?
Then for appointment, it doesn't require publication. But I'm on the word publication.
Tell me one thing. An examination is conducted. Certain persons are selected, found to be eligible. You put their names in the panel and you keep the panel with you. You keep the panel with you.
Well, these this is a district-wide selection process.
Yes.
Panel or recommendation list, whatever your option is, whether it is, it was sent to the respective district, they published it and proceeded with that.
So they published it.
Well, they their own way.
You say it was published.
That's the council. Well, more
The council published.
they published it.
They published. So you must be.
Well, there is no. Well, I'm on the point that the law doesn't require.
Did they publish or not?
That's one aspect.
Did they publish or not?
If they publish
They published. You
of law.
you must be having the panel which we forwarded to the districts. You have it. I want to see those.
That's your lordship.
Yes.
First, I'm addressing of the requirement of law.
No, don't. Because it has already been published. Had it not been published, you could have said that there is no requirement of publishing. Since it has been published, please do not advance this argument. I want to see the panel.
But I tell you, law. The panel with the blood certificate we can produce, but there should not be any publication of it.
You
Why?
show me if it has been published once, why can it not be published for the second time? What was the requirement in the first occasion?
There is no requirement, but we publish. That's why I'm trying.
Please, no. Mr. Sanyal, lives of people are concerned, right? It is not that we be so technical that we look with the, just leaf through the pages of law. You are dealing with public lives, right? Some has got appointment, some may not have, some are eligible, some are not. So let us see what has happened.
That's why submission, the subordinate legislation is the wisdom of the legislature to publish it.
Please show me the panel since it has been published.
My lord, just respect.
Just.
If law doesn't require, can there be a writ of mandamus?
We will see to that. You show me the panel first.
The order of the division bench, why it is.
Sir, my application is for exam number
What
12.
the division bench has said.
What
about
is the affidavit for? What is the affidavit
That order has
for?
been challenged before the Supreme Court, my lord, and it has been rejected.
Will you say by not publishing the panel? Who are you all trying to save? What are you trying to protect?
Instead of bringing anyone.
Why? Why will you not publish it? You are giving public employment. It is not that you are engaging somebody privately in your house.
In view thereof, the directions with regard to publication of panel in terms of rule date shall remain suspended till the learned single judge considers the matter afresh upon consideration of the order passed by the coordinate bench and being satisfied for the publication made by the board to the requirement. That means, my lord, that point was urged that there is no requirement for publication of the panel. They have argued the board that we have already published the panel. The division bench has stated, considered that whether panel has been published and prepared, and upon that satisfaction, pass necessary orders. So the last, all unsuccessful candidates.
You are unsuccessful, given money and
Open
taken.
application is at 2014. Publication of challenge that is selection process.
Again, you are raising your voice.
I'm not.
Listen, please do not raise your voice. As it is, the atmosphere inside the courtroom is pretty heated up. Don't heat it up further. Right? You say unsuccessful candidates. An inquiry was conducted. I do not know whether you are aware or not. And the inquiry, it was revealed that ineligible candidates have been given appointment.
Whom the inquiry has been gone?
Now,
Investigating agency or
listen.
by the board?
Now, I say by the board.
Yes.
If the report has not been circulated, if the report we have not been granted receipt.
Listen, Mr. Lahiri, there are candidates who have been given appointment. They do not have the requisite qualification. The board has inquired.
94, we are not 94.
So why are you raising your voice?
My humble submission is that
Let the court proceed.
going into a scrutiny, lordship is going into a scrutiny litigation. Moment it is an adversarial litigation, the standings of the writ petitioners have to be seen. The writ petitioners say that it is stated in regard that
These issues has already been settled by the division.
That is, they don't know as to whether they have been successful.
For publication of the panel. You should be happy that you are still there in service. There are others who have not been given the job.
They are not deserving.
How you know?
You are the person to decide. You are the person to decide.
He is the person to decide.
We are successful candidates.
You please remain happy being successful. Remain happy. Let the authorities see. Let the authorities see whether they are.
Is being successful a crime?
What is a crime?
Process.
What is a crime?
They have persons who have not participated.
If they have come up with clean hand, how are they prejudiced by publication of the panel?
How I am prejudiced that your clients who do not have any standing.
What is their locus? What is their locus? They have got appointment legally, illegally. How are they aggrieved if panel is
Are
public?
you aware that the Supreme Court has entertained this writ petition, has permitted the investigation to
Yes.
continue?
I am not standing in the way of any.
In the course of investigation, these things will come up. So you cannot stand in the way.
These things, yes. And but in respect of SSC,
I am requesting your learned junior friend not to raise the voice, and you being a senior, you are shouting. When your application,
Your lordship not hearing my cause of action.
you think if you raise your voice, the court will hear you.
No, then
You
your
are
lordship dismiss
handling-
my application.
You are making submission before somebody who is not going to go down if you raise your voice.
Sir, I am also not going to go down for the
Please.
interest of my client. But my application.
That does
is there,
not
your lordship
mean-
dismiss my application.
Mr. Debormon,
Your lordship
you
hard all
are-
weekend. Your lordship
you
hard
are
all weekend.
here for a long time.
I am all along in this matter.
Yes.
All along in this matter.
Please remain. The court will hear you as and when the matter is taken up.
not be dismissed.
Your matter will, the court usually do not refuse hearings to anybody. Don't raise your voice. It is not the first time you are appearing before this
Sir,
court.
I don't raise
Please
my voice
don't.
generally, but
Going into the aspect of one of the investigation,
definitely.
which is undertaken by the CBI.
Yes.
Now, if my lord directs us, my lord, we have also made teaser of the panel, my lord, directly. We can produce, my lord.
Do you have the panel?
I can produce it, my lord, on a subsequent date, my lord. So, that, my lord, there will be-
Because I tell you, a panel was produced. A panel was produced on the last occasion. But that is not in accordance with the rule.
Yes. And not only.
So
17.
that is to be seen. And this is exactly the reason I wanted the panel from the board. I am looking at one of the affidavits that you just handed.
7th December, my lord. It is affirmed on 7th
I am
December.
looking at one.
Rule of the board, rule 2L, second page. Rule 2L,
Yes.
panel means a list of names of the eligible and selected.
Then lordship kindly come to rule 8 to 12.
My lord, in respect of 5X, what board notified, my lord, kindly see board notification, one notification. 29 September,
Let me see once.
board own notification. My lord.
Candidates who are not there in the panel has been enlisted.
Yes, my lord, kindly see, I want to read it. We want without error, without any anomalies list, because board himself, this is board notification, they accept the order. This is the stand of the board.
You file applications praying for dismissal of the writ petitions. Let it go up to the Supreme Court. Let the Supreme Court decide.
From Mr. Billadal Bhattacharya, and Lordship is not taking technical issues from me.
You please serve so that everybody can be heard.
I will only, as of today, I will be only addition, my lord, kindly cease.
Primarily, my lord, primarily, 94 candidates were appointments were cancelled, and it was the point of the board, my lord, that they were appointed beyond the declared vacancies, my lord. Whether, and this is the point they have taken in their affidavit. Now, my lord, whether those persons have been appointed beyond the vacancies can only be established if the panel is produced. Kindly have a look with division judgment of our court.
It went up to the Supreme Court also, this order.
No, SLST didn't go.
He said,
If the constitutional court finds anything wrong,
Yes.
It is a settled principle of law by the Supreme Court also. At the end of the day, who is the real sufferer? The Supreme Court is,
You are there in service,
yes.
so don't think about who is suffering.
That is the point I'm
You
saying. They are
restrict
saying they cannot also say that we are suffering.
You restrict yourself, your submission to
This
what
is the law.
your
This is the law that I'm saying.
your candidates.
As of
You do not think about others who are not getting the job.
Well,
Right?
moment-
Serve the copy of the application.
I will
we'll
serve.
hear it
I
on
will
the
serve.
next occasion.
I will serve because,
Lord.
but I will also drawing a lordship's kind attention to those judgments which says that moment a selection process, a person who is appointed more than a selection process, a notified vacancy, then the selection process ends. They cannot get any job. And in by all these litigations, what they are trying to do is they are trying to create an atmosphere so that the authorities cannot initiate new recruitment process. Judgments are not being cited before a lordship.
An order was passed. An order was passed with a request to you to take up the matter with the government to explore the possibility as to how this impasse can be resolved. Is there any development? There cannot be. On the basis of? Certainly not. What about the candidates who were found to be unsuccessful? They are parties over here and have crossed the age bar. What's going to happen to them? Will you permit them to sit in the examination? 20 are under challenge over here. Tell me what will happen to the notice or whatever you have published mentioning that excess candidates have been appointed. What will happen to them? 96 is apart from those. 96 is the ineligible ones that you have appointed, but those who have been appointed in excess of the sanctioned vacancy, what is going to happen to them? There is a document.
Yes, my lord.
RTI reply in respect of only 6 districts, and only in 6 districts, 932 candidates were appointed in excess to the vacancy.
This RTI reply was given by whom?
By the board, madam, different DPSCs.
By the board.
Different DPSCs.
DPS.
Madam, with DPSC, I must not say something, but today, in the PIL, if Mr. Gupta was candid enough by saying that the PIL should continue and he should not be dismissed for default, then things would have been otherwise. Whole crime, whole case was put on that day by making a false submission before other division bench, stating that yes, your lordship can take up the matter and dispose of the PIL of other bench. That was considered by the honorable division bench of this High Court.
The order passed by the Supreme Court.
Yes, I know.
So you cannot say that this has to be held back.
No, I'm not
A
saying.
decision is being
I'm
taken by
praying
the
for
honorable division
segregation.
bench.
I'm praying for segregation.
Right.
CBI part, yes, nothing can be done.
So
But-
this is continuing, and you say the investigation part. All these are part of the investigation. The
Yes.
court wants to see as to whether the investigation is being done properly or not. What else
Court
is the
can
court
monitor
doing?
investigation.
That
not-
this is a court monitoring
yes, that
investigation.
yes, court
not
is
doing
monitoring
anything else.
Court is monitoring the
It is
investigation,
only
but
to ensure whether the investigation is being done properly or not.
yes, I am not standing in the way. But point is that
Huge amount of money has been recovered.
yes,
Is in the process of recovery. Very many documents have been recovered. So an investigation is going on, and the way you all are jumping in the matter, it's like stalling the investigation.
no, we are not.
Which
That is
the
what
court
I'm
is not going to do.
A1 when I open.
22, the earlier notification was of 20th November 2022, by which, my lord, the spiral binding which I have shown to your lordship on the earlier occasion was produced. My lord, at the risk of repetition, that was not the panel and it was admitted by the board. This is not the panel. That was the breakup of marks. To that, the board submitted there is some mistake which till